Vietnam Steve is on his way.
Sing ciao everybody, welcome back. You're watching Vietnam Steve, and I've got a good one for you today. I thought I'd just get out and walk around the neighbourhood, and it's way before sunrise, and we've got an awful lot of people up. The traffic is quite busy, and I'm looking at the park here. There'd be 40 people in the park exercising. So thanks for tuning in. It's been a while since I've had a chat with you. Of course, you're watching Vietnam Steve, and I've got a good one for you today. So what I'll do is I'll cut through the park, get down to the waterfront, and we might even catch a sunrise today. I hope everything's working. Haven't had the Osmo Pocket 3 out for a while, but I'll have a quick check and I'll get right back with you. So just driving down here this morning, I was thinking at the same time as my wife was thinking that, goodness, there's a lot of cars out. It's dark, we can't see where we're going, and a lot of people heading out for exercise. So this park's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we've got about 8 or 10, 12. It's got about 12 little machines here, they're all full. But there's also people running on the spot, doing Zumba or whatever it is, and enjoying themselves. Of course, the reason I'm up early before the sunrise is my wife's gone off to some exercise regime, which is totally different to what you see in the West. So the girls get in there, and I mean, I use the term girls loosely, they're middle-aged women, get in there in their lycra and Zumba it up with all the music and etc, and have a great time and laugh, and they actually live stream it, so we can get a good view of what's going on in the ladies Zumba class, which where I come from, the ladies don't like to, well, I guess they're coin operated, so they wouldn't put on a free show, that's for sure. I'm going to head to the waterfront and talk about 3 things that have really struck me while I've been here in Vietnam. The first of them is just the disposable income. So people here seem to have a better life to what I compare with my family back in the West. They have unlimited funds for gatherings, friends and family, going away. Every time there's a long weekend, there's a whole lot of planning as to where we're going to go. I mean, they've got one more day off than they normally have, but they're planning it as though it's a 10-week vacation. And it doesn't seem to matter where you are on the economic spectrum. So I had dinner the other night where one guy is a very senior person in the hospital here. In fact, I think he's number 2 in the hospital. So obviously has some coin and is off to London in July. Another lady's a school teacher, which is minimum wage in Vietnam, probably $600 or $700 a month. Another gentleman works for the government, again minimum wage, $600 or $700 a month, and all happy as Larry. Another lady's a school teacher, but no shortage of looking $1 million and getting out and having a good time. Now, we all went out for a meal. The meal ended up costing about $6 or $7 a head. One person pays, everybody shoots the money back to them on the banking system, and Bob's your uncle. So disposable income, really apparent what having disposable income can do to your life, and I've found that here in Vietnam. Because it's before sunrise, you can see all the lights on here down the street. I have noticed, I'm just watching what I'm doing here, because people don't travel on the right side of the road and they don't slow down for me. So there's a gentleman coming here on my right on a bicycle with no lights on, and I've seen quite a few of those. I did make a joke with my wife just yesterday. There was an article, this is the second thing I wanted to talk about. You know, Vietnam's quite a modern place when it comes to technology. So when you're struggling to catch up, technology is a shortcut to do that, and they're just implementing losing my microphone here. Just implementing some AI cameras. Now, I don't know if they're AI cameras or not. I mean, you don't need AI to find somebody not obeying the road rules here. But maybe it means the cops don't actually have to go out in the hot sun and interact with the population. They can just go around and issue them a fine. But they're implementing AI cameras here to sort out the traffic. But after I read that article, I sort of, in the next 15 minutes, went past 3 or 4 people, and there's one right there now, motorbikes without a rear tail light. Now, maybe that's not a thing in Vietnam, because there was 3 or 4 that I spotted in the next 10 minutes after I read that article. They're mainly looking for speedsters, I think, and people that don't stop at the intersections when they're supposed to. Traffic's a thing that they still need to, well, I don't know if they need to work on it. I'd be interested in your thoughts on that one. Gee, there's a few people living out there on the bay, isn't there? Morning. I'd be interested in your thoughts on, do they need to figure out the traffic in Vietnam, or is the flow and go system suitable? I don't mind it. I mean, I see a lot of people think about, and what's the worst thing about Vietnam? Oh, traffic. I mean, I guess I don't drive, so how could traffic ever be a problem for me? You know, last night we came through the major intersection here in Ha Long. It's a beauty. It's about 5 lanes wide and just gets to a complete congested flow. But they throw 3 policemen out there with 6 barricades and work some magic on the roundabout. But it's still a circus. So you wonder, does it need fixing, or should we just leave people to their own devices? Alright, that's the second thing. So the first thing is, love the disposable income here in Vietnam. And the second thing is, what's going on with the traffic. But the AI catch-up seems to be on the go here. I've seen a lot of other provinces introduce it. There's a motorbike going past with no light on. Here's a kid on a push bike with no light on. So that's my second point. I just might pause it here and make sure that my microphone hasn't caused a conniption. All right, third on the list of things that have impressed me is just the wellness nature of Vietnam, and you know, it's no more apparent than being out here at 5 in the morning. It's probably 5:30 now, and seeing all these people exercising. The park is full. There's people behind me there you probably can't see walking. The reason I'm up is my wife's gone to the Zumba class. Another gentleman there with no light on his bicycle, and it's just you know, really good to see that people take a real interest in their health. So they go to bed very late here. Midnight would be a normal bedtime. If you're before midnight, you're probably an early sleeper. I don't know if you can hear the band pumping out from the park. I'm going to go over there. But obviously that's some ladies in the park just doing their exercise. They're up early. They sleep late. They do have a rest in the middle of the day, but everybody's focused on wellness. Ladies are definitely focused on their appearance. They work very hard. They're very beautiful women, the Vietnamese women, and they work hard, and they like to be admired for their work. So disposable income, just the AI traffic technology catch-up that's apparent, and of course health and wellness. I'm going to have to go through the garden here because I've not come to a crosswalk, and we'll turn the camera around so you can see what's going on. When you cross the road, try to avoid the trucks. And if I look at my watch, it's 5:40 in the morning. Now, the recent shenanigans in the Middle East have had an effect here in Vietnam. The price of petrol has gone up, and used to be about 17,000 or 18,000 dong a litre, and it's up to 25 now. So we put in about $1 million when we fill the car up. So these people, you know, they work all day, and because they got to work, they're out here at 5:30 in the morning, rocking it out. So fuel's gone up, and that's meant everything else has gone up. So everybody's noticing a little increase in everything they're doing. We've got the green team over here. Nobody really complains about it. I think they just use less fuel, or they've got the disposable income. I don't hear people complaining about the price of things. I'm very attuned to the price of things. So that crowd there's got about 30 of them working out. There was a lady before there on the right that was on her own. There were the ladies back there before, and of course this park's got a raised walkway. Now, I haven't filmed up there for you because every time I've gone up there I've had a connuption. I've lost my microphone. I've walked all the way around, which is about, can't remember, but let's say 800 metres, and didn't push record, so haven't had much luck up on the raised walkway. So people aren't, I mean, they say things are getting more expensive, but everybody in the world says that. Vietnam used to be a oil producing company. Another gentleman in the park there doing some exercise. So they produced more than they needed, probably back in the 80s. And of course now they're at a stage with more cars and more motorbikes and things that they don't. They're an importer of fuel. But they've got some good alliances where they can get the fuel from. And I don't know where the fuel actually comes from, but they don't seem to have a shortage for the local population. Now the main airline here, Vietnam Airlines, has cancelled a lot of domestic flights, but I'm flying on the weekend to Ho Chi Minh City, and that flight was just as normal, probably double the price. So it's cost me double because it seemed expensive, and it usually seems cheap. But prices are on the rise. One of the things that you get in a country where each according to their talents and each according to their needs is the mantra, is that the essentials of life are provided cheap. So the government will subsidise rice, the government will subsidise fuel, the government will not tax cigarettes and alcohol, the fun things and the relaxing things. So ensuring that you have a good life is one of the mantras of the government here. So it's quite warm down here. At the moment we're sitting on about 27. I can feel a breeze coming across my back from the bay, but it is 90% humidity. So I've actually whacked a t-shirt on under the white shirt today just to soak up some of the moist Steve. Now what I'm going to do is walk back through the park, get back to where I started from, and leave you to it. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this VART. If you have, please like the content. If you are so inclined, please subscribe. Xin chào. And put on that notification bell, because that's the only way I know you get access to the latest entertainment. Of course, if this is not your cup of tea, real life, don't do any of that. So last but not least, I had 4 things today that I was talking to you about. The first was just the early risers, the loving life, the disposable income. The second was the technology catch-up that's happens here. I mean, my internet at home is 1,000. So for internet boffins, you'd know what that is. That's $20 a month. The third thing was the impact of shenanigans. And of course, the fourth thing that's really struck me here is that while everything changes, nothing changes. So, Vietnam has changed because, we've got digital watches, we've got Osmo Pocket 3s, we've got connected internet, we've got QR codes for paying things. So, the things around us have changed, but the core of Vietnam, family life, looking after your elders, it hasn't changed. It's the same as it always was. I met with a kid the other day, and I asked him how many people were in his family, and he said 6. So it's him and his brother, his mum and dad, and his grandmother and his grandfather. Didn't hesitate. 6 people in my family. That's how I rock and roll. So in the West, we're a bit different. Very reliant on help me. I'm incapacitated and a little bit retarded, and I can't do this myself. In Vietnam, they're very, I'll get on with it, I'll manage it myself, and I know that this can be done, so I'll figure out how to do it. I'm often surprised at some of the things that kids can do. Talking to that little kid, he wanted to know about my YouTube channel. He signed up straight away. His mum didn't know how to sign up, but I'm sure she does watch YouTube. She's more of a Facebook lady. The little kid signed up and sent me a message straight off the bat. You know, so getting new subscribers one by one. So we've got 2 more teams. So you might remember we had the loud girls, we had the green girls, we had the solo exercises, and we might just finish off here with a small group of aunties here that are really doing some stretching. And looks like the well, you tell me what colour the final team is, because they look pink from here, but they might be apricot. That's it today. I hope you enjoyed Vietnam Steve getting back in the swing of things. A bit of a bonus conversation today is that I haven't been motivated to do the walk and talk VARTs, and I don't know why that is. So I'm trying to reconcile that in my own mind. I've lost my mojo. I have been quite busy. I've found other things to occupy my work optional life, and you know, making one of these takes about an hour. So 20 minutes to film it, 20 minutes to edit it, and 20 minutes to upload it. So it's about getting 3 lots of 20 minutes, which is probably 3 lots of an hour, organised so that you're not getting interrupted. Anyway, I'll try to get this one up to you in the next month, and we'll see how we go. I'm going to pause it there. Stay frosty. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Xin chào. Just remember when you're watching this that it's not 6 AM yet. That'd be the 4th group of dancers. That's about my speed, that one over there.